Hi. When I was younger, my parents used to spank me for a disciplinary action. All of my friends either got their phone taken away, got more chores, or they got nothing at all. People have always been against spanking for discipline, and that is why I am here to talk about it. I am going to talk about the difference between abusive and non-abusive spanking. I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of spanking, and different ways for punishment besides spanking, of what you can do. Even though the word spanking is usually considered abuse, there are ways to be non-abusive about the way you spank. There are also ways to show abusive ways to spank. I don't know if you've watched the news lately. There's a case of a judge called William Adams. It's about him beating his 16-year-old daughter with a belt, and his wife comes in and helps. They're just now investigating it now because the daughter finally showed the video. If you haven't, go to the website of www.dailymail.co.uk. Abusive spanking is out of anger. You don't want to try to spank out of anger. You want to try to cool down first and then go out to your child and just be calm about it. Don't lash out at them to try to hurt them because you are angry. Try to talk to yourself and realize that it is a child still. Non-abusive spanking is where you use an open hand. You take your child into a different room so you don't embarrass them in front of people. This also gives you a one-on-one conversation with your child instead of everybody else watching you. To also tell them what you were spanking them for. Just don't go up to them and start, whatever. Try to tell them, this is what you did bad. I'm going to spank you now for what your actions were. Just again, try not to, don't spank out of anger because that will turn out really, really bad. Go to a website. It's called sailguad.net. It says that to spank, the good age is 2 to 6 years old. This way, if they're before 2, you don't spank them because they're too young to understand what they did right and what they did wrong. And over 6, they should be able to know the right and wrong and what the consequences are. So try to just aim between 2 and 6 if you are going to spank. So hopefully knowing the difference between the abusive and non-abusive will help you feel more comfortable if you are going to spank, and so that way it will save you from not becoming an abusive parent. Some of the pros. Many studies have shown that spanking your child can benefit in the long run. According to Elizabeth Gershoff, who is a professor of human development and family sciences, she said spanking your child can benefit when you're trying to show them right and wrong right then and there, instead of waiting a week or until you get home from a grocery store or something, then it's already too late because they don't know what they did. And if you tell them, they sometimes won't remember, including when they're younger. Dr. Phil also had a study. He said that by spanking, it can you are more successful in changing your child's negative behavior. So I found that kind of interesting. And another interesting fact I found was on the TV show called The Doctors. I don't know if you've ever seen it. They found not a huge increase, but a slight increase on kids who were spanked or are spanked or whatever it may be. They are more likely to go to college. So I found that really, really strange. So even though there are a lot of negativity towards spanking, there are some good things that come out. So it just depends on how you were raised or what you feel more comfortable with. There are some studies that do show many long-term effects also. Elizabeth Gershoff said that mental health problems, delinquent behavior, and being very aggressive can come from spanking. So I found that was a lot. I also found that spanking children can lead them to be afraid of you, so this way you won't have any close relationship with your children, which is what you want. you don't want a distance relationship with your child. So there are many more cons and there are many more pros. By me talking about both, I want you to be open-minded and to think about both sides and what you feel comfortable with. Maybe doing other forms of discipline will help you feel more confident when trying to teach your children from right and wrong. On a website called life.familyeducation.com, it says giving a timeout is really good because you tell them what you're giving a timeout for, and then they sit and think about it, and they know that they did bad and what they could have changed and whatever else. Another good thing is taking away privileges like their phone or their car, including when they're older, this way that they know that they can't push all over you and that you will still give them consequences even though how old they are. Giving extra chores is a good way too. This way it keeps them busy if you get them grounded. So there's plenty of other ways that you can do, or what you can do to not spank if you're not comfortable with it. So in conclusion, being open-minded is the key to disciplining your child. It's also whatever you feel more comfortable with. Maybe trying different techniques will help you. Just try your best to see the opposing side of what you're already on. That's the whole part of being open-minded. Now that we have talked about the differences between abusive and non-abusive spanking, the pros and cons of spanking, and some other ways to discipline your child, hopefully you will find a way that you feel most comfortable with and what you find will connect you and your children more when you are disciplining your child. You don't want your child to become distant from you no matter what. So I hope this helps you.